What's up, everyone? My name is Wes. This is Interactive English, and if this is your first time here, we are all about just helping you practice and improve your English skills. And the way we are going to practice your English skills today is by learning some prepositions. I am going to give you a preposition quiz to help you practice your skills. And this is very important because I think learners often make mistakes with prepositions, even though you know most of these words, those tiny little function words. And they usually come before a noun, but not always. But I think the reason why people make mistakes is because we often use prepositions. Well, we use them to show the relationship between words, mostly the relationship between a noun or pronoun with the other words in a sentence. And just to show you how important they are, of all of the top 25 most commonly used words in English, 9 of them are prepositions. So these are words that you really need to know. And today, I'm going to quiz you on some common prepositions, like prepositions of time and place, which I think might be a little bit easier. But I'm also going to quiz you on prepositions that commonly follow certain adjectives and certain verbs. And I think those are the more challenging ones because when people make those mistakes, I understand what the person wants to say, but I would catch on and notice, okay, they use the incorrect preposition. So that is why it's important to practice these, and I think a great way to do that is just to read. The more you read, the more you see how these prepositions are being used with certain words, and then practicing like we're doing today. And what I would say is, before we take the quiz, if you don't know the answer, and this is one of the only times that I would tell learners this, is just do what feels right. And again, it's not scientific, but if you're not sure of which preposition to use, I would encourage you to do what feels right. And the reason I would tell you this is because you have probably seen this before. Maybe you're worried about a preposition that follows an adjective. You may have read that before, but you don't remember it right off like from memory. But your brain still has that stored. So that's why I said maybe try and just do what feels right and answer as many of these questions as you can. So I want to give a quick shout out to everybody who's with me today. Hello and welcome. Jatath Khalad, Malak Ahmed, Ira, daughter and son. How are you guys? Great to have you here. Sarah, Wassam, Rob, Aisha, welcome. I will try and give more shout outs as you go through and as you answer these questions, all right? And even if you're watching this later, I want you to answer the questions in the comments. Use it like it's a piece of paper because that's what this lesson is all about, is to make it more interactive. All right, so are you guys ready? Are you ready to take the quiz? Let's take the quiz. Now, here is your first question, all right? It's just a gap fill. I've given you some choices here, but I would tell you, and this is what I would actually tell you guys, I really want you to concentrate these prepositions, all right? I want you to concentrate these prepositions. In this case, we're talking about a preposition that's followed by the verb, to concentrate. To concentrate, all right, which one would you use? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? All right, already getting some great answers. Yes, perfect. Lolly, Henry, Lynn, Asgar, I think you know this. Gosia, perfect. Thank you guys for answering. You would see. Concentrate on something. So again, here I'll give you an example. So if you concentrate on something, I really want you to concentrate on these prepositions. You're talking about focusing on something. This is where you're paying attention. This is another example sentence where we're using it. She concentrated really hard on the lecture so that she could prepare for the exam. In this case, we're still using the same preposition, but we can put an adverb in there. We can put an adverb and an adjective between the verb and the preposition. So it's something to keep in mind. You can concentrate really hard on something. All right, excellent, perfect. All right, that one. All right, you guys did really well on that one. So let's just go to the next one. So my next question is this, or again, just fill it in. I'm giving you some answers as we go through these. I'm not going to give you the choices, and you're just going to have to think of the preposition on your own. But he's so of his roommate. What do you think? What is the correct preposition? A, about, B, of, C, on, D, over. Which preposition best completes that sentence, all right? He's so jealous, his roommate. What do you guys think? A, B, C, or D? And I don't know why he's jealous. They're out for a run. Maybe one of the roommates is just really fast, or they can run for a very long time. All right, this one, I think maybe, okay, a little trickier, all right? So, yes, actually, let's see, some shout-outs. Pratham, Rohan, perfect. Yes, who else? Anne, Antara, Krista, perfect. The correct answer is B, of. You are jealous of someone, all right? So you can be jealous of someone, which I think is a very common use of this, or you can be jealous of something as well, all right? And again, jealous is an adjective that you would follow it with that verb, or with that preposition of. Jealous of someone. He's so jealous of his roommate. Or again, in this expression right here, I would use it as he's jealous of the fact, all right, of something. He's jealous of the fact that his roommate got an interview and he didn't. So that might be a reason why he is jealous of his roommate, okay? So keep that in mind, jealous of someone. If you guys are just joining us, we are doing a preposition quiz, and I want you guys to answer these questions. Write your answers in the chat or in the comments if you're writing this later. Are you ready for the next question? All right. Here we go. This one, I'm not giving you any choices. I'm not giving you any choices. I think you guys should be able to try and piece this together. We need to wake up early, the morning, 5 a.m., Sunday. Which prepositions would best complete that sentence right there? What do you guys think? All right. I'm so jealous of your English skill, Wes. Thank you, Henry. I appreciate that. All right. What do you guys think? Which three prepositions would best complete that sentence right there? All right. I'm looking for three different prepositions. All right. So, all right. Excellent. Getting some good answers. Yes. We have, yes, Gabby, Gabrielle, Henry, Pretham. I'm looking for three different prepositions. All right. Areen, excellent. We need to wake up early in the morning at 5 a.m. on Sunday. So those are the three different prepositions we're looking for right here. I wrote the sentence. We need to wake up early in the morning at 5 a.m. on Sunday. We're talking about prepositions of time, and those are the most common prepositions of time right there, in, on, and at. Now, there's many different parts of the time that we use them with, but I'm just boiling it down to those three for this specific example. So we use in with parts of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. We use at when we're talking about a specific time, like at 5 a.m., at noon, at midnight, and on, of course, we're going to use on with the days of the week, on Sunday, on Friday, okay? So that is a good little review of prepositions of time. Maybe I'll have another one for you. So if you guys enjoy, all right, this quiz, if you guys enjoy what we do here and you want to support what we do, then I would ask you again, check out our Patreon page. It's another great way to connect with us. I'll put a link right here if you haven't checked it out already. We have some cool little rewards, and again, it's just another way to support what we do here at Interactive English so we can keep bringing you guys these free English lessons that you can participate in to practice and improve your skills. Check that out. All right, are you ready for your next question, which is this right here? I've given you some more options for this one, all right? Over the summer, we have become accustomed the hot weather. All right, so right now it's the summer, and it's not the start of the summer. It's kind of maybe the middle of the summer. You could say over the summer, we have become accustomed the hot weather. Which preposition is going to to follow that? Which accustomed? All right. Is it A, to, B, in, C, by, or D, with? All right. And these are examples, again, where learners might make just a small mistake, all right? Because maybe they haven't read it enough, they haven't heard it enough. But what we're talking about, yes, all right, perfect. Would give some shout outs to, yes, Fernando, Isatao, Brihania, Lynn, and Tara, excellent, Maggie, Paul Dragon, perfect. You become accustomed to something. The answer is A, accustomed to. So when you are accustomed to something, what it means is that you are used to something, that you have experienced something or you have endured something. In this case, you have endured the hot weather, that it becomes normal. And you could say, oh, I am accustomed to the hot weather. Over the summer, we have become accustomed to the hot weather, accustomed to something. And another example sentence, which I think is also relevant, many of you may have this experience, and you could say, well, it may be challenging to get accustomed to living in another country. All right. So keep that in mind. We can also follow it with the gerund. All right. You're accustomed to doing something. You become accustomed to it. I hope many of you guys are accustomed to watching our video lessons. It's normal. You guys do it all the time. At least that's what I hope. All right. The next question that I have for you. All right. So far, so now all of them correct. Excellent. Great job. Is this one, and I'm sorry, I have to toot my own horn, and that's actually to toot someone's own horn. That's an old-fashioned expression. I don't know why I just use it, but it basically means to kind of brag about something, to promote yourself, to toot your own horn. And I could say, I'm addicted. Interactive English. I didn't give you any prepositions there. I want you to think which preposition would follow that? Which preposition would follow that adjective? Addicted, something. What do you think? All right. So I could say, yes, I think, wow, the responses are going so fast. Manolo, Lali, Huang Tran, yes, Suhana, Rohan, you are addicted to something. You could say, I'm addicted to interactive English. If you guys like watching our videos, our lessons, and you find them very useful, you could say, oh, I'm addicted to interactive English. You are addicted to something. Or like another example sentence, a lot of kids out there nowadays, you could say, oh, they're addicted to playing video games. You are addicted. Again, this is another instance where I think it would be followed by the gerund. All right, you are addicted to doing something. I'm addicted to playing video games. I'm addicted to watching TV. I'm addicted to creating new lessons for you guys. It's something we always do every week. All right, we are addicted to this. So again, that was 2 in a row, 2 questions in a row where to was the answer. To is a very, very common preposition. All right. Your next question. Are you ready? So if you're just joining us, again, just jump in there, start answering these questions and practicing your English skills. Sometimes we don't agree anything. What do you think? And I thought that was a good picture to represent it. 2 people, they're not looking at each other. They just don't agree anything. Which preposition would best complete that sentence? With, near, at, on. What do you guys think? Let me know. Write your answer in the chat. Write your answer in the comments. Okay? Sometimes we don't agree anything. Now, this one I think could be a little more confusing, a little trickier. Because the one thing I want to say is that sometimes with some of these adjectives and some of these verbs, you can use more than one preposition, but that does not always mean that it is correct in that instance. So this one I think is true. I'm going to give some shout outs to, yes, Veronica, perfect, Isatao, Nisha, Rina. The correct answer is D, on, to agree on something. I saw that many of you put with when you're talking about with and using it with that preposition. Mostly it would be then you're talking about a person, to agree with someone. All right. Now you can use with in some instances when talking about something, to agree with something, maybe like to agree with a decision. But oftentimes when you're using with, you're talking about a person. Like, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with them. All right. But in this context, all right, you're saying like, we don't agree on anything. We don't agree on something. So sometimes we don't agree on anything. Or in this example, I could say it took quite a while for us to agree on the terms of the new contract. To agree on. All right, excellent. That one was a little trickier. All right, good. I like it when, again, not that they're not too easy, that everybody is just getting the answer. So that's always good for me to see. Let's look at the next one. And maybe I think I could have given you this one and just taken out the prepositions. Many restaurants prohibit people smoking in restaurants. I almost just told you the preposition right there because I want to make sure I'm blanking them out. All right. Many restaurants prohibit people smoking in restaurants. Which preposition follows that verb? To prohibit. All right. Would we use with, be, along, see, to, or D, from? All right. If you don't know, it's okay. Just, again, take a guess. It doesn't matter if you get it wrong. That's not important. It's okay to make mistakes. We encourage that. I just want you guys to participate. So, yes, I think most of you, you got this one. Atavistic, perfect. I'm trying to give some serious. Curious soul, yes. Trying to just give say some names that I haven't. I'm going to try and save as many names as I can. Delight, Guina, perfect. So you're talking about, the answer is D, from, to prohibit from. And usually in this case, when we're talking about this, you would prohibit someone from doing something. In this case, again, that something, I would add doing something because it's followed by that gerund. Prohibit someone from smoking. Prohibit someone from entering. Prohibit someone from violating the law. All right. So you're going to follow it with that gerund, that ing. So you prohibit someone from doing something. I gave you another example. The lack of research prohibits us from determining the cause of the disease. That is another way that this verb and preposition could be used. To prohibit someone from doing something. Excellent. All right, here we go. Are you ready? The next question that I have for you is this. He's standing the window, wondering where she is. Okay. This one, I didn't give you any choices. There might be more than one way to answer this question, but what I would tell you is I want you to try and answer it with just one preposition. One preposition that you could put in both of those blank spaces. All right? What one preposition could we use to complete this sentence? All right? He's standing the window, wondering where she is. What do you think? So that's the hint that I would give you, is try to use a preposition. Try to use one preposition that I think would fill that context. All right. I see so many of you already giving me kind of two prepositions. Some of them, again, I think you can, but giving using this context, I would say yes. Prerna Shakya, excellent. Who else do we have? Esther, Delight, Quina, Maggie, Isatau, N, Orama, Denny, yes. Or no, actually, wait. I meant to say something else because the correct answer is at. All right. If we're going to just use one preposition, I'd say at. It's talking about being at a particular point, a preposition of place. Again, we use those common ones in, on, at for prepositions of time as well as prepositions of place. And when we're talking about at, we're talking about a particular point. So I say he's standing at the window wondering where she is at. All right, where's she at? At school, at home, at work, at the door, at the top, at the bottom. It is talking about a particular place. All right. Again, like just to show you the context, where is he? He's at the window. Again, you could say he's near the window, he's by the window. Those also would fit those are also prepositions you could use. But if we're trying to find just one preposition, she's standing at the window, wondering where she's at. And now that I think about it, the picture looks a little creepy about this guy standing at that window, wondering, ooh, where's she at? The reason I use this picture is because it was very easy it had a dark image, so I could really write the question and it stands out. But now that I think about it, that picture looks a little creepy, that he's standing at the one window wondering where she's at. Okay. All right, let's just go on to the next question, all right? It's a little bit of home, all right, because we used to live in the Bay Area and we would look at the Golden Gate Bridge all the time. And just as a sentence, in case you're having trouble seeing it, because I've tried to find the right font colors to use, we had to drive the bridge to get the city. In this case, there are two blanks. And I want you can use different prepositions. You're not just going to use one preposition to complete this sentence. We had to drive the bridge to get the city. What preposition would we use, all right, in this context to complete this sentence? You're going to use two, all right? We had to drive the bridge to get the city. What do you guys think? All right. I haven't seen the answer yet, which is why I haven't said anything. Some of you guys writing one kind of close. Kalipika. All right. I'd say Layla. All right. The one what I was looking for right here. Again, you can drive on a bridge. I think when you're talking about crossing a bridge, you'd say we need to drive over the bridge to get into the city. Or you could say in the city, but I think in this context, into for a more broader area would be more relevant. So I'd say right down here, we had to drive over the bridge to get into the city. And when you're talking about over, in this case, you're talking about movement across a surface, over the road, over the bridge. I think often we use it when you're talking about bridges. If you're giving somebody directions, you would say, hey, you got to go over the bridge. You got to drive over the bridge. You could say on, because we could use that preposition for movement as well. But I think when specifically you're talking about bridges and crossing bridges, you would tell someone to go over the bridge. And into, again, you're talking about movement of something. You could do somebody walked into the room. Somebody dove into the pool. They had to get into the city. All right. So we had to drive over the bridge to get into the city. Maybe that one was a little more challenging, but again, this is the best way to practice and learn them. So now that you know, talking about bridges, you're going to say, you guys, you need to go over the bridge. If you want to cross the bridge, you got to go over the bridge and then you'll get to your destination. Let's look at, again, so you could say, yes, you have to drive across the bridge. That's also fine. In that context, it has the same meaning, I would say. We had to drive across the bridge to get into the city. That's perfectly fine as well. So like I said, sometimes you can use more than one preposition And it has the same meaning, which is another reason why, they can be a bit confusing sometimes. All right, the next one. The Grand Canyon is renowned. Its natural beauty. Again, we have this adjective, renowned. If maybe you know what it means, maybe you don't know what it means, but there is a preposition that often follows this adjective. All right. The Grand Canyon is renowned, its natural beauty. Which preposition do you think best completes that sentence? And this is a more difficult because I've taken away some of your options. All right. Right as I say it's more difficult, all of you just you give me the correct answer. So maybe it is not that much more difficult. Yes, the correct answer is 4. All right, so if something is renowned, it means that it is famous, it is popular, and it would be renowned for something. So the Grand Canyon is renowned for its natural beauty, or maybe a person, like in this other sentence, could be renowned for an achievement. The professor is renowned for his work in linguistics. All right, you are renowned for something. Let's keep going. The next one. All right. Everyone comes together, Thanksgiving, which is the fourth Thursday, November. Now, this is a bit of a cultural statement because there are different countries that celebrate Thanksgiving. For example, Canada. Canada celebrates Thanksgiving, but they don't celebrate it at the same time as the United States. So this sentence is for the United States because I am from the US, so this sentence applies to the United States. And there are 3 prepositions I want you to write in there. Everyone comes together, Thanksgiving, which is the fourth Thursday, November. All right? Which prepositions are you going to use to best complete that sentence? What do you guys think? All right? Write your answers in the chat. Write your answers in the comments. I want you guys to practice. Practice, practice, practice. That is what this is all about. All right. So again, there could be more than one answer. You could come together for Thanksgiving. Yes, that is true. So Antada, I will accept that answer. Let's see. What else do we have? 4. Okay. Yeah. Many of you put 4. Wow. For Thanksgiving. You can come together for a holiday. Paul Dragon, that's the answer. Yes, I was looking for. What I was looking for was this. And again, there are other ways to say it. Just talking about those prepositions of time, in, on, at. Everyone comes together at Thanksgiving, which is on the fourth Thursday in November. But again, many of you put for some holiday. That is also correct as well. You could say everybody comes together for Thanksgiving, which is on the fourth Thursday in November. So if you had 4, that is okay. But I want to talk about, we talked about at Thanksgiving. So when you're talking about holidays, you could use at to talk about that specific time. At Christmas, at New Year's. Again, you could also use for in those circumstances as well. For Christmas, for New Year's. We use in with months, in January, in July, in December, and of course, we've already talked about on with days, on Sunday, on Friday, all right? So those were the answers we were looking for. Are you ready? All right, here's the next question for you, all right? And again, I try to make these questions for you a little suggestive as well, all right? I hope you won't object hitting the like button. I hope you won't object hitting the like button. Which preposition would complete that statement right there? What do you guys think? Write your answer in the chat or write it in the comments if you're watching it later. And to be suggestive, yes, if you guys like learning about these prepositions and practicing your skills, please, yes, hit that like button. Hit it right now. All right, hit that like button if you enjoy learning prepositions and you find value in these lessons, these practice lessons. So excellent. Yes, Rohan, Haima, Ira, English Vibes. Excellent. Huang Tran, Irene. Let's give some more shout outs. Ferry, XD. Gabby. Perfect. So I hope you won't object to hitting the like button. So if you object to something, it means you don't want to do it. All right. That you're saying, I object to this thing. All right. You're not going to do it. And I said, I hope you won't object to doing it. So, which means I hope you will hit that like button. So again, I hope you won't object to hitting that like button. You object to something. Another example sentence right here. Her parents objected to her new boyfriend. I don't know why. That's just an emoji that I found out. It looks like a perfectly nice guy to me. I don't know why her parents would object to her new boyfriend, but I said, yes, we used it in the past as well. Her parents objected to her new boyfriend. So when we're using that verb, the verb to object, you object to something. Okay, so keep that in mind. And again, if you enjoy learning these prepositions, if you find them useful, I hope that you guys go ahead and hit that like button. Also, if you guys want to connect with us more, you can subscribe to our email list. I'll throw a link right up there. We'll send you some lesson updates. We send you some useful resources, free resources as well, and just more information about us. And it's just another way to connect. So thank you guys for joining me today. If you enjoyed the lesson, even better than that, share the lesson with your friends, your family members, anybody that you know who's trying to improve their English skills. Share the lesson. We really appreciate it. It helps us spread the word and just build our classroom. As always, you can write to us in the comments. We love hearing from you, and join our social media classes. We're also active on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So thank you guys so much for being here. Kayling, Algeria, Rosalinda, hello. Gosia, Sanaz, Krista, Asgar, Lali, Syed, Kent, Rohit, yes, Fred. I tried to get at as many names as possible today. I tried to get as many as I can. If I didn't say your name, I'm sorry. I will try and get it next time because that's what this is all about. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later. So long.